Hi, I'm Katie. I'm from the University of Surrey Vet School and I have come to La Maison for my EMS.
Hi, my name's Sarah Nelson and I'm from the Royal Veterinary College in London.
Hi, my name's Veronica and I'm from Nottingham Vet School.
Hi, my name's Victoria. I have just finished my first year at the University of Surrey.
I'm Agatha and I'm from University of Surrey.
Hi, my name's Ella. I'm just about to go into my second year of veterinary medicine at Edinburgh University.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm from Glasgow University and this is what we've been doing at La Maison.
Camembert. Framboise brie.
What have you learnt so far during your time at La Maison?
A lot. So we've learned a lot about animal behaviour and the similarities between human behaviour and animal behaviour and how we can apply the same techniques to both, how that could help us in clinical practice and, for example, handling clients and handling difficult animals and giving advice on how clients can deal with badly behaved animals, etc. etc.
So far we've learnt a lot about using different psychological models and how these can help with understanding human behaviour and animal behaviour. And it's really interesting to apply the same sort of observations for animals as it is with humans, because it's really helpful and a lot of it is very similar, and that's really interesting. So things like mirroring to belong in a group. We've done a lot of desensitisation work, which is really interesting, so you can use that to desensitise animals to be able to catch them easily, or to put head collars or leads or things on them. Help with a needle-shy horse to gradually build it up to be able to take an injection without biting or kicking out or just reacting generally in a bad way. And you can also use that knowledge to assist with clients. Say they've got like a cat that's doesn't like taking tablets. It could be useful to use the same sort of methodology to help them give medication to their animals as well.
I've learnt a lot, but what I've learnt a lot from Sarah is about watching the animals, about learning how they work in groups, in packs, and how they interact with each other, which really helps in learning how they behave within an order and within a hierarchy.
To teach animals to do lots of different behaviours without using any force.
So there's quite a few sort of, well for me anyway, abnormal species here. There's like llamas and alpacas and camels. So yeah, I feel like I've gained decent handling experience with all of them. As well, I mean, there was one session the other day where we were told how to catch a goose. I mean, I never knew how to do that. I never knew that the neck was involved, but yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot, and more importantly, I feel like I've become really confident with it as well, because the animal can sense if you're not confident, and I think sometimes that's where my downfall is. And yeah, my confidence has massively been boosted, and my technique has actually become semi-decent now, which is fantastic, because it wasn't great before.
about child, adult and parental states, and how you can apply that to humans and then to animals as well, how to make it believable in your animal world, so you know how to approach your animals, so that you can reflect their behaviour and understand how they communicate and how that works.
The lessons with Sarah are incredible. They're fun, they're interactive, they're hilarious. You never ever get bored, you never know what to expect. They're just, you don't feel like you're having to put in effort learning everything, because it's just so much fun. You want to carry on and you want to find out more, because Sarah's just so engaging. She's got such a brilliant way of teaching. It's just easy, really, and a really, really fun thing to do.
I love the sessions because they're always so interactive. Like, she doesn't just stick to a schedule and then lecture you. You get time to give your own feedback. You'll hear some random stories from over the years, and she'll use examples for different animals and give you the opportunity to contribute what you think. So it's a lot more fun, a lot more hands-on really than just having a lecture at uni.
In Sarah's sessions, we've learned a lot about animal behaviour and watching the group and working out the hierarchy and how to use that in understanding how animals work together.
The sessions with Sarah are so much fun. She's got such an amazing way of teaching. You just stay completely engaged the whole time. It's not like listening in lectures where you often fall asleep or whatever. She keeps you so focused and so into it just through her stories, and everything she says is just so interesting, and they're just so much fun.
And then we have projects with our own individual animals, and so you sort of learn how to approach that animal and how to be in its space and how to be kind of respectful to it. More than just touching and handling it, you learn how to respect that animal.
You also get individual training sessions with Sarah, and she's constantly available if you need help, and I think that it's absolutely amazing the opportunities we've been given here, and I have learnt so much, and I literally just want more. I need more wisdoms because, oh my god, this is so amazingly cool.
I think it's important to be able to work with an animal without using force. So it's a really, really good way of learning how to interact with the animals and how we can make them feel comfortable, but also make them do what we want in quite a short amount of time.
Sarah's sessions are so much fun. They're super interesting, and you can tell how experienced she is. She always has a little anecdote to go with whatever we're talking about, and it makes it so much more interesting to hear all the millions of stories that she has. And they're always quite exciting, so quite funny. And it helps you remember them as well.
What has been your favourite experience so far?
So just working with a team of around 8 people these last couple of weeks has been a lot of fun. There have been different challenges and stuff to help us kind of gel. And it's just been great to kind of meet people from different universities and stuff and discuss a bit of everything, and we all get along so well. It's just been a lot of fun.
My favourite experience has been watching Sarah and the way she teaches us the animals, because you get here not knowing what to do and you learn these amazing things, and it's just really, really cool.
So there's been so many, but this year one of them has to be when I was training Panda the alpaca to obviously sensitising her to a head collar, and so at first I started with getting her used to my touch sort of thing, and there was one moment when I was stroking her because I'd gotten her so used that she was happy to just stand there and let me like play with her neck and play with her head, and I got a friend to take a photo of me with her just stroking her, and she reached up and gave me a kiss, and that was really cute. But there was another moment when I got the head collar on her, and she did it willingly, and she just like shoved her head straight in the head collar without me having really to do anything apart from say head collar, and I wasn't expecting it at all, and she just immediately put her head in, and I clipped her in, and it was just amazing. Just felt so proud of her.
It's so amazing. If I had to pick, we had a team challenge and we were quite creative, and
My favourite experience at the Maison is probably everything. It's just been the most incredible 2 weeks, and I really, really don't want to go. But if I had to pick out one thing, it would be
How can you apply the knowledge you've gained in future vet practice?
Interestingly enough, one of the first things that comes to mind is Sarah will teach you about the parent-adult-child system for animal transactions, which can be sort of applied to humans, and looking at like the interactions between members of a vet practice and understanding what's healthy, what's not healthy, that sort of thing, but also to understand that basically animals, if an animal isn't going to want to do something, it is not going to do it, and using anything but positive reinforcement really probably isn't going to work.
I think there's many ways I can apply what I've learned. For example, when I'm working in practice and there's an animal that's being difficult, I've learnt ways that I can reduce the stress for that animal and get the animal to do what I want it to do without overstressing it or having to apply any force. It's very, very sort of non-contact, very calm, peaceful. Also advising owners, whether they've got badly trained animals or badly behaved animals, how they could apply such methods to improve that animal's behaviour. Also desensitising animals to things that they're scared of, for example a needle-shy horse, without having to use any form of force at all.
So one of the really interesting things we've learned is about the change curve, which is what people tend to go through whenever they've had a big change in their life or they're experiencing some sort of grief. And that is really useful because we can use that to explain to clients, you know, exactly what they're going through in tough situations, and you can use that yourself to make them feel more comfortable in a situation when breaking bad news to a client, or you know, having to explain something that's not particularly easy to deal with. And you can use that and help them feel more at home, more comfortable, and more willing to listen to you and take on your advice, and yeah, generally just feel a lot better about the situation if you can.
We've learnt so much about human and animal psychology and kind of how your emotions work and stuff like that, that it's great to be able to apply that in sort of tough situations in a veterinary practice.
So we've learned a lot about reading animals' behaviour and how to apply that to training, and we can definitely use that in our vet practices for handling difficult animals, but also, I mean, as vets we're going to be asked a lot of questions about behaviour and how people can train their puppies and retrain badly behaved dogs. So I think it will be really, really useful for that.
Really good teamwork skills, because not only have we been working with the animals, but we've also had a lot of team challenges. So they've all been fun and hilarious and an incredible time, but it's really taught you to value the members of your team as well, and that's key for a successful practice. So I think that's something that I'll definitely be taking away with me as well.
I think the biggest thing with regards to behaviour is to understand your animal's behaviour before you try to change it or approach it or do whatever. You have to understand how they work and why they behave the way they do, how they behave in the wild, and I think that's the biggest thing, so that if I'm in a vet practice and someone brings me a behaviour case, I can strip it back and say, okay, why is this happening? Maybe I can answer that, maybe I can't, and then focus on how their behaviour reflects their species, and then go from there and make a good thing out of that case. But the other thing I've learnt, in Sarah's words, is that it's okay to be mad as cheese as long as you are you.
Describe a typical working day at La Maison.
So you're up at 7 and you have to make sure whoever's out first feeds the camels. They have to have their bucket, otherwise they'll go charging through the front garden looking for it.
Camels are hungry and slightly awesome. And then we will all come out and we'll do feed, hay and water for all the animals and make sure that everyone's all cared for and happy.
Because the animals come first at the maison. And then we go and we have our breakfast, and there's always toast, jam, yoghurt, tea, coffee, juice, everything.
And then we'll get straight to work on our training projects that will go to our animals and spend the time with them that they need.
After that we'll often have a session with Sarah.
Meant to last an hour, usually don't, because it's too much fun, not gonna lie.
They tend to go on for quite a few hours, but they're always so much fun, so you never know that the time's gone really.
Learning psychological, behavioural, anything that Sarah has chosen to do that day, and it's always very engaging. And then we'll go and check on the animals, make sure they've got enough hay and water. We'll be training our projects as well throughout the day, and then we'll have lunch, which Paul, Sarah's husband, makes, and they're all different kinds of sandwiches that are amazing. And then in the afternoon we could have another session, or Sarah could have assigned us a research project to do that we have to present, and then we keep going and training our projects, making sure the animals have got water. The farm is also open in the afternoons as well, so there's often public here, so you're helping out with that. And then in the evenings you move the animals, so you put all the goslings back, all the ducklings back, put all the chickens away, and then you have supper.
Which is always delicious and cooked by Paul, Sarah's husband, and I always tend to have about at least 5 plates of it because it's just so good.
And then often after supper we have team challenges, which prove to be very, very entertaining.
I won't spoil the fun, but they're ridiculous and brilliant.
And well worth the chance to come and enjoy.
And then we'll tend to play more games, chill out, drink a couple of glasses of wine, and just generally have an awesome day.
Seven a.m. Get the buckets downstairs. The camels going crazy. Spilling water, spilling hay. Watching piglets have a play.
If you know what I mean.
It's just another day at la maison. Session time with Sarah is a thing we'll never hate. From learning Maslow's triangle to the parental state. Grab the hay and the water buckets too. Everybody's hungry, dirty, sucks out in a poo. When you work hard and you play hard, that's the lifestyle of the vet.
So Lula goes, Dom goes, the pigs go, and Leo goes. Nicotine goes, Brian goes, the cats go, and Donkey goes.
Life at the maison, thank you Sarah for it all. Life at the maison, we're all having a ball.
You guys are back.
Life at the maison, life at the maison. Our projects are all going well. We love the camels dearly. We apologise to Sarah for our definite visits yearly. Overall, we're having fun. The goats are on the run.
Maybe you can get off your ass and fix that thing.